Rappers, here are some goals that you should be focused on when you're trying to kill it in a cypher. Rappers, obviously, the idea of the cypher, the traditional hip hop cypher, which obviously goes to the beginnings of hip hop, the idea of the cypher has changed over the years, especially when we think about like very high profile ciphers such as the BET fight cypher or the XXL freshman cypher. These things have really molded into different collections of energy, but initially ciphers were really either about you outbarring the next person or kind of clowning the next person, or it was really a confrontational thing or just a showcase of your skills. So ciphers in the beginning really were about lyricists. Now, I'm not here to give you some old head's perspective of what you young guys should be doing in ciphers, but for those of you that are younger, that are trying to understand really the psychology and the nature of ciphers, I want to share with you a few things or a few goals that you should have in a cypher. Because the thing about it is, let's be real. Not everybody's a lyricist. Not everybody can, rap a million different syllables within their rhyme schemes like a Lupe Fiasco or an Eminem or a Kendrick Lamar. Some people are just not built like that. That's not the way they speak, and that's fine. You can still kill it in a cypher, but you got to realize what it is that you're bringing to the cypher that is unique. Now, the ciphers that I've been involved with, you can see every cypher that I'm in, I stand out, and I stand out for good reason, because every cypher I get in, I know what this is. I know that somebody's going to watch this from the internet and they're going to judge my whole existence based upon that 16 bars that I deliver. So what I try to do is bring a combination. Here's what I do. I say, what are my skill sets? For me, I feel like I have a great sense of humor within my lyrics. I feel like I say some real stuff. I always say some real stuff. And then I feel like I got a very interesting flow pattern, as well as I think I got a little double time within my flow as well. So these are the four things I got to focus on. I don't have to hit you over the head with metaphors and similes. That's not what my thing is. I don't really do punchlines like punchline rappers that are out there. But here's the thing about it. If these are my four skill sets that I know that I have to invest in and showcase within the 16 bars, I'm breaking down every 4 bars and I'm giving you a taste of one of those things. So maybe I start the lyrics off and I'm giving you a funny little bar in the very beginning, so I stand out amongst all the other rappers in the cypher that are giving out gun bars or that are talking about, just whatever they're talking about. I try to say something that just, either is like, some self-deprecating humor, like, I might be the brokest rapper in a cypher. But I can still bring more fire than a lighter. Some, just coming off the top and just really giving people the opportunity to see what your personality is about and what you're all about. So every cypher that I get in, first of all, something I do before I even focus on the skill sets, my clothing. Hip hop, underground hip hop too, especially when you see these ciphers. Most folks, they dress down in very, dark and primary colors, and, they're really kind of just fitting in with the mode. I specifically go in there with the color that I know from the color psychology chart will make people immediately stop what they're doing and watch what I'm doing. So I wear like a bright red, or I used to wear these crazy little 90s t-shirts that I used to wear, and I would have this flat top, and I would jump in there, and as soon as I get on camera, it's like, even if he's whack, I want to hear this whack verse all the way through the beginning to the end. But I stood out for a reason. I think it's the same thing for you. So specifically put yourself in a situation where you are going to stand out. I'm not saying you got to go do some gimmicky stuff or, some planned, choreography or anything like that. But I'm saying that separate yourself from everybody else within that particular cypher. First of all, from the colors that you choose. After you do that, think about your skill set. Focus only on those 4 skill sets that you have. You may only have 2 skill sets. You may be funny and you may have a crazy delivery. Well, focus on that. Don't try to outbar everybody else there, because what's going to happen is that, imagine, old school basketball player like Reggie Miller, who's one of the best 3-point shooters ever in the game. Or let me bring it up more up to date for some of y'all. Steph Curry. Steph Curry is known for shooting those 3-pointers. You would not put Steph Curry in a slam dunk contest, versus one of the best slam dunkers in the game right now. You would not do that. That's not what he's supposed to be doing. He's a 3-point shooter. You are, in this particular cypher, either a 3-point shooter, a slam dunker, which could be a lyricist, which could be somebody who has a very unique voice, a very unique flow. play your skill sets, the strengths that you have, play those to the best of your ability, and do your best to not be forgotten. Your goal within the Cypher is not to just outbar everybody. There's people who can jump in here and they just have such a grasp of the human language and of the dictionary and of syllables that they can just rap. But by the time you hear the verse, you forget about them because you can't quote one thing from them. It was just a display of one of their skill sets. Even that person, sort of falls short of the other person that shows you, look, I can bar up when I want to, and I can also give you some funny bars. I can give you some real stuff too. And I did this all within 16 bars, and I made it unforgettable, everything from my visual appearance down to the bars that I share with you. So your goal when you're jumping in there is to display what you are great at. You got to think about it. If somebody finds you on a Cypher, why would they invest into your music? Like, think about this. If I went into a Cypher right now and I was just barring out, I was rapping like the next version of, Eminem Lupe Kendrick is who I was coming out, and I was just crazy bars. But then you went to my music and my music was like, and that may really rock and it may really be dope, but the people that I have attracted, this demographic is not going to want that music. So I have not done my job within that Cypher. So I say, if you have that kind of a flow and that kind of music, find a way to bring that into a Cypher. Find a way to, first of all, understand the rules of the Cypher. At some point, you do got to give bars, because sometimes people are looking literally at you rapping over either a beat or they're paying attention to your acapella. They're focused on your words. So don't waste your time within that. But you got to figure out some specific goals and what skill sets you want to share. And once you share that with people, what's going to happen is that they're going to see you for who you naturally are, and then in turn, naturally and organically invest into the things that you have available, whether it's music, whether it's merchandise, whether it's your social media. Attract them the right way with the right skills, and you'll have a fan for life. Once again, it's another Curtspiration. Dude, if you need some more of this juice, please subscribe to the channel below. Be a part of the notification gang. Hey. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. Patreon.com/CurtisKing. And you tell me, do you have some tips and tricks that you can share with your peers with the Cypher? How many Cyphers have you killed? And what have you done that you think separated you from everybody else? Share that below in the comments. And let's help out one another. Once again, in this life, you will not be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Curtis King, CurtisKingBeats.com.
I can't listen to you. When I listen to you, it's a liability, cause you be mentally killing my inner energy. So I'm concealing my feelings before you injure me.